Evening. This is the Planning and Zoning Commission for the Village of Vernon Hills, and we need to start with a roll call, please.
Commissioner Leese.
Here.
Commissioner Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Cotton.
Here.
Commissioner Heidner.
Here.
Commissioner Nevitt.
Here.
Commissioner Fluno.
Here.
And Chairman Morris.
Yes, here. Okay, first thing on our agenda is whether there are any general public comments. I'm guessing, looking at the audience, there are not. So we can move on to our first item, which is a public hearing for case number 2023-08, a petition filed by Gala Pickleball LLC, seeking special use in accordance with the zoning code for 500 Bunker Court, which is currently zoned BP Business Park District. Who is going to speak on behalf of the petitioner this evening for this limited purpose? Could you come forward then? We'd ask you to state your name first.
My name's Betsy Ginsburg. I am an architect with Sarah E.F. Ginsburg Limited, and I'm representing Gala Pickle.
Okay, to the extent this is a public hearing, we have to go through the formality by asking you to raise your right hand and swear or affirm that this testimony you're about to give before this commission of the Village of Vernon Hills shall be the truth.
I do.
Okay. We understand that you have a request to us, which is different than the substantive request for review.
That is correct. I would respectfully like to request a continuance until November 15th. My client, Eunice Shahul of Gala Pickleball, has been unable to, he's in discussion still with the landlord as far as the build-out and lease, and we are not ready to present today.
Is November 15th is one of our scheduled get-togethers?
November 15th on the poll was a day that we had 6 available, so that would be an ideal date for continuation. Do you think that that would give your client enough time to prepare?
I believe so.
Are all this other submissions in the village in time enough to make that meeting?
Is there anybody else, you mean? Is there any other hearing that we're anticipating?
No, are there any other submissions that they owe to the village that you're going to need
So
time to review?
in discussion with the architect for the petitioner, I do believe we would have time. We have a target deadline for any resubmittal by October 31st, which would give me adequate time to put the staff report together.
Can October 31st be accommodated for the
Yes,
remaining submissions?
that is the intent.
Okay. Any questions or discussion? So what you're asking is that we continue this public hearing to November 15th, 2023 at 7:30 at Village Hall. And I think it would be subject to the additional condition that any additional submissions would be to the village no later than October 31st, 2023, unless otherwise agreed to by staff.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Any discussion or a second?
Second.
Discussion? All right, we need a roll call on that.
I have the standing motion, or the motion in this case by Chairman Morris and seconded by Commissioner Cotton. Commissioner Cotton?
Yes.
Commissioner Leese?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidner?
Yes.
Commissioner Nevitt?
Yes.
Commissioner Fluno?
Yes.
And Chairman Morris.
Yes. Okay, so we will see you or you with others
Correct.
on November 15th.
Thank you.
And please keep in mind the submission date to the village to accommodate that, or we will have to then consider whether any additional continuances would be granted. Okay?
Agreed.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
We had on the agenda that wasn't distributed to the commission because there was no packet. I had intended to have the minutes for August 23rd. We'll just go ahead and put that on the next meeting, if that's all right with everybody. There's no action in front of the board that would require that at this point.
Okay. Then any development review to review?
I have nothing in particular prepared, just off the cuff. The second building at Domain is nearing occupancy. They're wrapping up there. Perry's continues to chug along quite rapidly. Bell Tire is now open. The Guidepost Montessori, which was not visible above the construction fence until recently, is now visible.
Yep.
The demolition to facilitate the Taco Bell work is underway. So some of the things that you've seen recently are making progress.
Any questions, anybody? Jim?
How about where Dick's is? Isn't Are they moving forward on their project?
The warehouse, the Dick's Clearance Warehouse, they are moving forward on it. We've had preliminary discussions with them on the work and coordination of the parking lot work.
Is
so.
Dick's going to close that facility? Or are they moving it next
As they-
door?
They're closing the warehouse. We don't know if they're relocating it somewhere else, so I will find out.
Anything else? I didn't ask this at the hearing, and I should have, so it doesn't become an issue but a question. Because of the popular press indicating that pickleball is a noise issue, I'm assuming that that building is such that it's not going to present problems for adjacent tenants if they ever move in there.
The adjacent space right now is also vacant, but
Right.
yeah, it's something that we can certainly look at, what the separation is between those units.
Okay, anybody else?
Any news on any stores coming to the new mall?
We do have several that are in permit review right now because their leases are also being negotiated. I prefer not to jump the gun on outing them, but we do have 4 that are under review at the moment. There was the reason that they haven't been able to finalize the lease is that the turnover from the landlord to the tenant required the completion of the basic shell and core of the retail space. So as soon as we issue the certificate of completion for that, they will sign the leases.
Anybody else? If not, we have a motion to adjourn till November 15th. We need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, we're adjourned. Good night. That was pretty quick.
Thank you, sorry about that.